Welcome to Baja Surf Yoga. I'm Sarah May, and today we have a pretty active class in which we're going to focus on stretching the sides of the body, right? Twisting, stretching the sides of the body. So if you would like, we can do this class alongside a bit of a visualization. You can visualize directly in front of your spine, about the width of a straw. You can visualize a channel running towards the back of your body that is either clear or blue light, completely vibrant and alive and fluid, if you will, where there's prana energy just freely flowing up and down the length of this central channel. And then perhaps to either side of this central channel, to the right side, we have the Ha or sun channel, which is a little smaller than the central channel, and we can visualize it as a dark red. And through this side channel on the right side travels all of the energy of our anger or our aversion or our overreactivity to the things that we don't like, right? And then on the left side channel, Ta, the moon channel, we could visualize that as a milky, opaque white. Uh, Similar to the right side, also smaller than the central channel. And in this moon channel travels all of the energy of our ignorant desire, right? The type of desire where we think, man, if I could just get that, then I would finally be happy and content, right? Our attachment to things, our grasping travels perhaps on this side, all of the ways in which we overreact and harm ourselves by grabbing too hard in the direction of desire, right? So with this class today, with all the side bending and the twisting that we're going to do, we're going to work out these two side channels a little bit and gather energy in the center. And as we gather energy towards the center, we will hopefully feel more balanced, right? More in a state of equilibrium or equanimity, if you will. Those two words coming from the same place. Equanimity, equilibrium. We'll feel stable, we'll feel centered, right? And it doesn't mean that we no longer like or dislike things, but that we no longer overreact to those likes or dislikes in a way that causes us pain. So that's where we're going with today's class. And we can start just by closing your eyes. You can stay on your knees in Virasana as I am, or we can cross the legs and come to Sukhasana, easy pose. And we'll just settle in with noticing the breath. So breathe in and out through your nose. Relax through your shoulders, relax through your thighs, relax your belly. And let's just take a moment to notice, to observe the breath. And notice too, if just seated here right now, if we already feel a bit of a pull towards either the right or the left, or if we already feel a bit of a pull towards like or dislike, just notice what's present. Notice what's present. And see if we can't, just seated here, doing nothing but watching the breath, if we can't just begin class today with a sense of starting from neutral, starting from a place where we feel balanced, stable, both sits bones just equally grounded, equally weighted, neutral in the spine, and equalized when it comes to the breath too, right? The length of the breath out, at least as long as the length of the breath in. And perhaps we can build our visualization here, watching, seeing in the mind's eye this gorgeous central channel just in front of our spine where everything is flowing smoothly and freely. This channel is vibrating with a white or blue light. Notice what's present. And from this feeling of centered, of neutral, we'll open the eyes, reach the arms up towards the sky. Stretch both sides of the body nice and long. And then with exhale breath, right hand to earth, left arm up and over. And as we stretch through the left side body, maybe we're aware, maybe we just imagine that we're stretching out our ignorant desire, our longing, thinking that something outside of ourselves, if we could only get that thing, it could make us happy. We're stretching and pushing that energy towards center as we lengthen the left side body. We'll inhale back up through the middle. Reach the right arm up overhead. And then as you reach to the left and stretch the right side body, perhaps visualizing or imagining that you're stretching out all your overreactivity to anger, to the things that you've decided that you don't like, right? All that unhealthy aversion where we push things away. We're stretching out that energy and moving our energy a little more towards center, a little more towards a state of balance. And we'll inhale back up through the midline, and then this time take a twist over to the right, twist to the right. So every time we twist today, we're going to take great care to make sure that we're aligning the crown of the head directly over the tailbone. The heart is open. We're working the heart itself around towards the right. Twisting around a balanced neutral spine. We'll come through center, take a nice gentle twist to the left. Same idea, both shoulders are down and back, so the heart is open. The low belly can even draw in a little bit towards the spine. And just notice how the head is positioned. Head centered over shoulders. Shoulders centered over hips, right? Although the hips are facing forward and the shoulders are trying to face sideways, we're maintaining that alignment in the spine. So the whole body is wringing itself out around a neutral axis. We'll come back to center. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up, lengthen the sides of the body, and then this time as we reach forward, we'll come to all fours. So we'll line up the knees under the hips, spread the fingers wide, line up fingers under the shoulders. And then we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. And inhale is a cow pose, gaze up, open the heart. And exhale is rounding to cat pose. We can look back towards the navel. We move back and forth with our breath, aware that we're moving through the spinal column, moving through what we might be visualizing as that pranic channel directly in front of the spine, and just letting everything get a little more open so that energy can flow a little more freely from the tailbone all the way out through the crown of the head. And then because we're focusing on stretching, working side bodies today, we're going to return back to center. And then just take both toes over to the left and then look over the left shoulder towards your two big toes. Doesn't matter if you can see the toes or not. We're looking for a compression of the left side body here. So we're feeling this shape as left side body compression, a little bit more than perhaps we're even feeling it as right side body stretch. So So we'll release that compression by coming back to center, and imagine perhaps or visualize what happens when we release compression. Just whoosh, energy just flows freely again through the left side. And then we'll do the same to the right. So we take the 2 toes to the right, we look over the right shoulder and compress the right side body as if you could bring the lower right rib towards the right hip and vice versa. It doesn't have to be forced. Actually, none of this should be forced, right? Work within a comfortable range. We're not here to beat up the body. We're here to work with the body. Body is our partner. And opening physical space, opening space in the mind. We'll come back to center neutral. Take an inhale, cow pose. Open the heart, tuck your toes underneath. And then cat your way back to downward facing dog. So we'll take a little moment here to reach heels to the earth together or one at a time to stretch out the back side of the legs. Because it feels good to stretch out the back side of the legs, right? Especially after we've been seated, after we've been kneeling. Invite in that space to the back side of the legs. But then in down dog, stretching the hammies is not necessarily our focus, our goal, right? So we can let heels stay lifted, we can let knees stay slightly bent as we then bring the sits bones to the sky and tap into an awareness of a long, long neutral spine. Extra aware of length and space through the sides of the body here as we press the hips away from the shoulders. Let the neck be neutral. Look back to the space between your 2 big toes. And can you keep the eyes right there between the 2 big toes as you baby step the feet up to the top of your mat? So keep letting the head just hang, and we'll come to ragdoll. Soften the knees. Again, we're not looking for the hammy stretch with knees locked. Soften the knees and let the focus come to the spine. So the shoulders can drop down towards the ears. We can shake it out or grab opposite elbows or take some hands behind the head, maybe sway. Things should feel good. It should feel good. We should be taking care of the body as we move through our yoga, right? The body is your partner, not your enemy. And it's important that things feel good because when things feel good, energy moves more freely through the body, especially through the central channel. This is where the energy of joy and pure contentment travels. So the more we can tap into that energy in the mind, the more we're actually helping, working our yoga. With exhale breath, we'll release the hands down. Feet can stay hips width just as they are. We'll inhale, take a half lift. Roll the shoulders back. Notice in this half lift shape, tailbone and crown of the head moving in opposite directions, right? Exhale, a little deeper fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, we'll rise up, mountain pose. And then working through left side body opening, we'll side bend to the right. So it doesn't matter if we grab to left wrist or palms are touching, or we grab even to the left elbow, but we're looking for this sensation, this action of opening through the left side body. Again, right, left side body is the energy of desire, ignorant desire. Desire in itself is not bad, but it's this type of desire that says, oh God, if I didn't have this thing that I finally got, then I wouldn't be okay, right? It's the grasping and the attachment. So we'll come back up through center, and then we'll stretch the right side of the body, right? The right side of the body. And again, ignorant anger perhaps, right? Sometimes anger is not a bad thing, right? It's this anger that causes us to harm self and others, right? To overreact or to push things away or not to face the parts of ourselves that we might need to work on, right? So we're stretching that all out, moving that energy towards center. And then we'll inhale up through center, lift the belly up and in. Exhale, forward fold, soft knees. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, high plank hold. Stay here in high plank. And as we go through this first chaturanga, and then as we go through every chaturanga, really mindful about which variation the body and your mind needs right here and right now. So this first time through, you can do what you'd like. I'm going to take Ashtangasana by lowering my knees, tailbone to the sky, and then lowering the chest, the chin. Inhale through Bhujangasana, low cobra, heart open, shoulders back. And then exhale, forehead lowers, downward facing dog. Breathe here in downward facing dog. Inhale this time, right heel up towards the sky. And then bend the knee and stack the hips open. And someone might have told you, oh, when you do this, you have to keep the chest square to the mat, twist in the low body. Today, go ahead and open up that right side body as much as you would like to. You could even tent the right fingertips on the mat. And then with exhale breath, hips square as we bring the right foot through between the hands and take the left knee down. Right hand, right thigh. Inhale, Anjaneyasana with just the left arm lifting up to the sky. So extra attention to opening from left knee through the psoas all the way through left side body, the arm, the fingertips. Then right hand can slide back a little further, and we'll side bend over to the right. So notice as you side bend, if the right knee wants to bow out, can we keep the right knee right over the right ankle? So the hips stay fairly level as we open left side body space. And we're reaching up and over to the left. We're going to keep following that trajectory as we take hips back for half splits, but then reach the hands to the long edge of the mat. Again, compressing the right side body, lengthening, twisting a little bit left side body, with a sense perhaps that hips are still level, right heel still projecting forward, and we can tent the fingertips to the earth, or maybe your palms fully reach down. We'll come back to center. Take a moment in a level half splits. I'm sitting down, sitting back. Your shape might look different than mine. That's okay. And then we'll step back onto that right foot. Low lunge, tuck left toes, lift left knee. Breathe in here and step up to a halfway lift. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose with the breath. Exhale, side bend over to the right this time. Inhale, lift back up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back through center. Soft knees, breath out, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, any chaturanga that suits you this time. If it's up dog, thighs are lifted. Exhale, breath. Downward facing dog. And then with next breath in, we'll take left leg long to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, roll the hips open. And if you want to get extra long into that left side body, we can tent left fingertips. Press strong through right hand. Take left knee further up to the sky. Mindful of squaring the hips as you bring this left foot through and take the right knee down. Left hand, left thigh. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Reaching up, up, up through the right hand. And as I'm reaching through right hand, I'm pressing down through the left foot. So I've got a lot of energy here, opposing energy, going towards earth and going towards the sky. Equal, balanced, right? Moving in opposite directions here. And we're aware of that tension, if you will, especially today. We can slide left hand back and then side bend. Working a little extra space into the right side body. As much as you can, breathe in and out through your nose. And then we'll keep this trajectory of reaching the right hand to the left as we shift the hips back and come towards our twisted half Hanuman, Ardha Hanumanasana. Project through left heel. Where are the hips going? Where are the tailbone facing, right? Can we level out there as we crawl the fingers around? Crown of the head towards the left. Funky shape in the spine, intentionally compressing through the left side body. And then we'll bring hands to frame the hips. Take a more neutral half split, right? With energy going from the front to the back of your mat. Lengthening the back of your left leg. And then we'll bend left knee. Step back onto left foot. Tuck right toes. Lift right knee. Breathe in. Launch yourself up to a halfway lift. Exhale. Knees soft, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Mountain pose. With one exhale breath. Side bend over to the left. Inhale, lift back up through center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, belly up and in. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Breath in, half left, knees nice and soft. Exhale, your chaturanga to downward facing dog. Of course, you can skip. Nothing wrong with plank to down dog. Nothing wrong with doing it once. Nothing wrong with doing that every single time. Or child's pose to downward facing dog. This time with inhale breath, right heel goes long to the sky. Exhale, bend and stack. Inhale, lengthen again, square hips. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow, left tricep. Hold here as you push away from the earth with the arms. Cat pose, round the spine. And then we'll kick that right leg back again, lengthen. With breath out, right foot comes through between the hands. Feet stay. Inhale, high lunge, high lunge. Let the hips melt down. Left knee can slightly bend or deeply bend. Shift back a little, stack shoulders over the pelvis. And then exhale, breath. Right hand to right hip. Left arm up and over. If the feet are at least hips width and the hips go lower, 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 this side bend stretch becomes a little more stable. Again, same thing with the knee down variation. Is the right knee bowing out? Can we squeeze it in? Squeeze both thighs to the midline as we open this left side body space. Inhale back to center. Exhale, airplane the arms, send the heart forward. Now notice the left leg just lengthened, especially if we had the left knee bent. Find this beautiful line that goes from the inside of your left heel all the way up inseam of left leg and then out the crown of your head. You could even visualize it as light shooting a laser beam out the crown of the head, right? That vibrant white or blue light. We'll hold this shape of the spine. Bring the hands to the heart and then wait. Before you twist, can we imagine that the heart, the shoulders, everything twists, the torso twists around this axis of the spine, and then where the spine is in space stays just as it is right now. think a tendency a lot of times we twist is to reach the whole body towards the right, and the crown of the head ends up aiming over here towards the right, right? But can we keep this laser shooting forward out of the crown of the head and then get a twist where the heart is pressing back and the top of the head is still aiming forward and the spine is still beautifully aligned? We'll take another exhale breath right here. And then inhale back to your high lunge, sweep up. Airplane the arms again. And then take a push, a launch to a warrior 3, airplane arms. Yes, it's a lot on the right leg. Extend again, heel to the head. And then slowly arrive, hands down. Left leg up, standing splits. Crisscross your left foot behind the right. I call this sucker stretch with the feet crisscrossed and the pinky toes touching. And then we'll fold. Give it a rest. Play a little bit with which knee wants to be straight, which knee wants to be bent, which way should the hips face. Where do I want this stretch? We'll leave the feet as they are. Crawl both hands around to the right side of the mat. Get a little extra left side of the torso stretch. Hang the head. Notice in every pose, like what the position of your neck is, right? We sometimes forget the neck as an extension of the spine. We'll crawl the hands back to center. So the feet, this right foot, front foot stays planted. Left foot plants kitty corner, left hand, this is your hand. Left hand plants kitty corner to right foot. Revolved half moon. It's the right arm that reaches up, the left foot that kicks back. And we twist the heart towards the right. So again, can we imagine length in the spine and the torso rotating around a neutral axis? One more breath in. Exhale, feet together, forward fold. Shake it out. Bring your toes to touch. Inhale, half lift. Breath out, fold. Inhale, deep bend the knees. Chair pose, yes. And in chair pose, a joyful twist to the right. Hands could be in prayer, or you could open the arms. You could stay a little more upright with open arms. What's the most fun? Twist to the right, noticing how much the low body wants to join in on that twist, and taking the left hip back as we move the heart around to the right. With inhale breath, reach up, rise up, shake out the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga to downward facing dog. And in down dog, just notice. Right, we've done a lot of work on one side of the body. Notice what's pulling you mentally or physically from a sense of feeling centered, feeling balanced. Can we just pause a moment right here and just check in with what neutral might feel like, and if we're not there, why not? Just notice. We don't necessarily have to fix, right? Just be aware and let whatever's here be present. Give it space. Say hello. With inhale breath, left leg goes long to the sky. Exhale, bend and stack. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, cross the body, left knee to the right elbow. And then press, press, press. Push into the arms. Cat pose the spine. Can we take that knee higher up to the right tricep? With inhale, extend again. Exhale, breath, left foot through. Let the feet be nice and wide, nice and stable. Inhale, sweep on up. High lunge. Melt hips down, settle shoulders down. Shorten the belly a little, perhaps lengthen the low back. And then left hand, left hip. Right arm up and over. The lower your center of gravity, the more stable this side bends. And as we reach through the fingertips, right fingertips, we're pressing real strong away from the earth. As the weight of the hips is allowed to drop down, we're pushing down, down, down to feel some energy coming back, holding us up. We'll inhale back to center. Exhale, airplane the arms, heart forward. So check in with alignment now. We just strengthened and lengthened the right leg a little bit. Nice and high on the ball of the right foot. Hands come to the heart. Notice where the spine is in space. And then can we feel as though we're twisting around the axis of that spine as we perhaps place the right arm outside the left thigh. So let the back of the heart feel like it's moving back, right? Notice how perhaps, and I'm saying this because it happens in my body, there's a tendency to go, oh, I got to get that way. And so then I will twist the whole body around that way, right? But I want to be long in the spine, open in the spine, right? Energy freely flowing through the spine. So I stay here with patience and with a smile on my face for one more breath out. And then inhale back up through center. And then exhale, airplane the arms. Weight shifts onto the front foot. And we press up to that warrior three. A lot of work with the left leg. Strong with the right leg. Project through the right heel. Project through the crown of the head. And then slowly arrive at your standing splits. Inhale, right leg further to the sky. Open if you want to. Exhale, right foot behind the left. For the soccer stretch. Cross-legged forward fold. So play. Little shift. Side to side. Play with weight to the right, to the left foot, or maybe we can level out. Hang the head, hang the neck. We'll leave the legs as they are and just crawl the hands over to the left-hand side of the mat. Play with, again, the shift of the hips. Feeling this outer hip stretch. And notice that we're lengthening here a little more, the sun channel. We'll crawl hands back to center. So it's the front foot, left foot that stays rooted. Right hand plants kitty corner to that left foot. And then I inhale, revolved half moon. Left arm, right leg to the sky. Strong, and notice that I'm opening and extending energy in all four directions. Pushing down, lifting up, extending to the back, extending to the front, out the top of my head. One more breath in. Exhale, breath, feet together, forward fold. Breath in, half lift. Breath out, fold, deep bend the knees, inhale, chair pose. And then hands come to the heart, hips stay level, knees stay level, equal weight in both feet as we twist, heart towards the left. So I could feel like the thumbs are getting closer to the center of the heart, or I'm pushing the center of my heart towards the thumbs, a combination of both, or open arms. Or it might feel good to upright, open arm twist. Just notice what's happening is the low body coming in on my twist. I want hips forward, but shoulders, heart sideways. And then with inhale breath, rise up, shake out the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. To inhale, up dog. To breath out, downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Down dog or child's pose. 3 more exhales. Connect with breath. Connect with this feeling of being centered, of feeling neutral. Imagining this energy flowing from tailbone through the crown of your head, fluid. And as we connect to breath, and then move through a similar flow with the breath, can we keep this sense of not only fluidity in the breath and the body, but this sense that despite the movement, we're stable, we're neutral, we're feeling balanced. No sense of I'm falling behind or I'm moving too fast. Just totally present in the right here, right now. So with inhale breath, right leg goes long to the sky. This time with exhale, bring right knee to left tricep. Inhale, kick right leg out long. Take left arm to the sky, fall in triangle. Exhale, breath, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg goes back. Exhale, breath, right foot steps through. Inhale, high lunge, rise. With one breath out, right hand, right hip, side bends. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, airplane the arms. Inhale, hands to the heart, and then one breath out for our twist, revolving around the spine. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, airplane the arms, and then big shift to warrior 3. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, crisscross the feet. Plant the left hand, plant the right foot. Inhale, revolved half moon. Right arm goes up, left leg goes back. Press, press, press. In all 4 directions. Adding on from here. Exalted high lunge. Right knee bends, left foot plants. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exalted high lunge. Notice all this left side body space. Keep that space as you draw left elbow outside right thigh. Prayer twist. Now adjust in prayer twist. Elongate the spine. Feel stable in the twist. Stable in right foot. Look to right foot if you want for more stability. Step left foot up to meet the right. Chair prayer twist. One more exhale breath. Inhale, rise up, shake out the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga to downward facing dog. Take a little pause. Here in down dog, reconnect with the breath, understanding we might not come all the way back to this quiet breath that we started with, right? Wherever the breath is right now, it's okay. I don't need things to change, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to work on being present and getting connected to the breath and lengthening a little bit the breath. But no matter what, I'm still okay with everything as it is, balanced and neutral. With inhale breath, left leg goes long to the sky. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Hold your inhale, extend, right arm skyward, fall in triangle. Exhale, breath, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, breath, left foot steps through. Inhale, high lunge. Nice slow breath out, side bend. Inhale, high lunge. Breath out, airplane the arms. Inhale, hands to the heart. Finish breath in. Nice slow breath out, twist. Inhale, back to high lunge. Exhale, airplane the arms and launch, warrior three. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, crisscross, right foot behind. Plant the left foot. Plant the right hand. Inhale, revolved half moon. Left hand, right foot reaches. Twisting in all four directions. Take up space with the limbs. And then micro bend left leg, plant right foot. Exalted high lunge. This is a twist. The hips are sinking. The right fingertips are reaching. And we've got all this right side body space that we bring with us into a prayer twist. But then notice, is the head aiming this way? As I press the hands, it presses my heart back and my spine long. And then nice and secure in this twist, in the left foot, or look at left toes, looking to the earth for stability. And then we step, prayer twist, adjust the hips, right hip back or both hips lower than the heart. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Breath out, forward fold. Breath in, open the chest. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Breath out, down dog. And then where do you want to rest? Here in down dog. Or should we take knees down, feet together, child's pose. Huge part of staying balanced is trusting your own body, trusting your own mind, when you need to rest, when you need to move, listening and then responding because you're connected with what's happening in the center, right? We're responding out of this wisdom of an energy that's moving freely and is centered, right? Versus, I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to stay in down dog because I think I should, grabbing. Or I'm going to do something else or whatever it is I'm doing because of hate or because of dislike or because I'm beating myself up, right? All this stuff. Can we just listen, be present with what is, and then respond based on reality itself versus all this junk that pulls us to one way or the other, right? Can we just be here? And again, doesn't mean that we no longer have likes or dislikes. It just means that we don't overreact or we don't react even. We just notice, wow, that's something I like, that's something I don't like. What's going on? What does this have to teach me? And where could I wisely go, right? So we come back to downward facing dog. And we come back to awareness, deep awareness of the breath. Is my exhale breath at least as long as my breath in? And we're going to move with the breath. And we're going to add on. With inhale, right leg goes long to the sky. This time simple. Exhale, right foot steps through. Inhale, high lunge. Breath out, right hand, right hip, side bends. Inhale, back to high lunge. Repetition is good. Exhale, airplane the arms. Long spine. We bring hands to the heart. And then breathe out to twist. Inhale, we come back up to center. Exhale, airplane the arms as we launch into warrior three. Inhale is left leg to the sky, standing splits. Breath out, crisscross, left behind the right. Left hand plants, unwind, right arm, left leg, revolved, half moon. And then we come to our exalted high lunge. Left arm skyward. This time, instead of twisting, we breathe in back to center, and then exhale, lizard pose. So the hands come down inside the right foot, and we wiggle out to a wider and to a longer stance. So in lizard pose, might feel good to stay active, keep pressing through the hands. Maybe we want to take left knee down, untuck left toes. Some of you perhaps will come to the elbows, right, or to the forearms. But just notice what type of compromise is happening in the chest and in the spine to get this shape, right? Remembering that we want this energy to be moving fluidly through the center of our body, right? So we need the spine to be long and we need the heart to be open. So if we're curling everything in, because I have to get my forearms to the earth, right? That's this grasping energy, that's this closing in energy, and we'd rather promote just a little more opening in the heart, a little more length in the spine. Maybe open by opening knee, right toes, and taking right arm to the sky. Open by reaching back to left foot. Heart open. Left thigh open, hips open. Creating space versus using your yoga practice to further strengthen your mental afflictions and close everything in, right? And we know it because we all do it at least some point, right? We know it because we've all done it. So we'll unwind. We'll warrior to the legs. And then from this base, we'll rise up, warrior two. Open, sink down into the right knee. Breathe in, stretch. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, breath. Reverse warrior. The right hip is still low. Notice this is stretching right side body. We'll stretch it even more by taking the right leg straight. And then keep all this right side body space as we shift to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your hand might naturally fall inside, outside right leg. And again, what's going on with the length of the spine, with the length of both sides of the body? Breathe in. And then exhale, sweep the left hand down, Prasarita Parottanasana, wide-legged fold. Take this first one as easy, just stretching, right? Bend the knees, let the toes aim in. Lengthen the spine, perhaps. Crown of your head goes towards the earth. Legs feel good going straight, or legs feel good staying bent. Aware. Can we stay neutral? And neutral is not dull. Neutral is not feeling nothing. Neutral is equally applying love and joy to every single thing that arises, because everything that arises has the capacity to teach you and to wake you up. So we'll inhale, half lift. Come back around, frame the right foot, warrior to the legs. Rise up, warrior two. This time, half moon. So I'm going to aim for the floor, the ground, the earth, the stable earth ahead of my right foot. The hand moves in that direction. The left leg lifts and I open. Feel as though I am opening in every direction. I'm pushing down, down, down through right foot. I'm lifting up, up, up through left hand. I'm reaching left foot back, top of the head forward. We can have fun here. Play with any half moon shape. And then release to a forward fold. Breath in, half lift. Breath out, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause here to come back to this feeling of energy gathered at the center, right? Feel how this action of bringing hands to the heart brings energy in. Hatha, the right, the left. Hatha, hatha yoga. The side channels joining at center. And then from here, might look like a tree pose with the left foot lifted. If we were ready for a little more heart opening, especially if we just took that half moon bind, maybe it's a dancer's pose. Left foot sweeping back, right arm going skyward, and just finding the bind in a different way as we imagine right hand and left foot someday meeting each other behind our head. And wherever you are, whatever you're playing with, we release, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Breath out, chaturanga. To inhale up, to exhale down. Where are we at? Equal breathing. What about equal attention? What does it feel like to just let there be equal attention to everything? We'll inhale, left leg long to the sky. Keep things simple. Exhale, breath, left foot steps through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. What are you thinking? Exhale, side bend. Can we stay here? Inhale, back to center. Stay here with the mind, Exhale, airplane the arms. Bring the hands to the heart. Every time you do this, remember energy centering, and then exhale, twist. Inhale, back up to center. This time, big shift. Exhale, airplane arms, step up. Inhale, standing splits. Breath out, cross-legged forward folds. Left foot stays, right hand plants. Inhale, open, revolved half moon. Exalted high lunge, right foot plants, reach up. Sink low with the hips. This time, inhale back to center, and your breath out is lizard pose. So lizard pose used to be my absolute most hated pose. Like seriously hated, because my hips are super tight, and they were even tighter before than they are now. Thank you, yoga. And I used to always think I can't do lizard pose or dragonfly or whatever you want to call this pose, runner's lunge, right? So I hated it because I would compare myself to others and other people that were getting their forearms down and doing funky binds and all this stuff. And I thought, like, well, shit, I'm obviously not doing yoga, or I'm not good at yoga because I can't do what they're doing, right? What is that kind of practice strengthening, right? What does that kind of practice strengthen in you? What we want to strengthen is equal love for everything, right? Because even if we still don't like lizard pose, every time we get there, we can go, there is that thing again where I don't like lizard pose. And why? Why is that rising? What is that teaching me? What more can I learn about myself, right? Bring in a twist if you want to bring in a twist. And could even this thing that I don't like, could even this thing that I hate, could this be the arrow that I need pointing inward to truly understand how to open my heart, how to get right within my own mind, right? To awaken. Could it be that my teacher is showing up in this way with this challenging posture so that I notice how often it is I compare myself to others and how I mistakenly believe that by being better than others, I will somehow become a happier person, right? So we equally apply love to everything. We'll release, we'll warrior to the legs, and then with this foundation established, we press to lift up, warrior two. Open. With inhale breath, we lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, side angle. Notice this stretching, opening, all that anger, all that aversion that we sometimes feel trapped in the right-hand side of our body. And then we'll inhale, reverse. Open up all this ignorant desire, this grasping, this attachment that sometimes gets trapped or activated a little too much through the left-hand side of our body. We'll stretch that one more. Lift up, strengthen the left leg, straighten the left leg, and then keep both sides of the body nice and long as we shift. Trikonasana, triangle pose. When you're ready, we can just swoop the right hand down, left toes in. Prasarita Padottanasana. Some of you might like to do some kind of fancy headstand here or headstand prep. I'm on a bit of an incline, so I'm going to stay right where I am. And I'm tired. So listen to your body. Work with the reality of this present moment. Being balanced, being neutral, being stable, right? It doesn't mean that we're just, I'm so okay with everything and I accept everything, so I don't do anything, right? It just means that when I do move, I'm moving from a place of wisdom versus reactivity. So we'll bring feet to the ground if they're up in the sky. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, crawl back around to those warrior two legs. Push to rise up. And then half moon. So eyes to the ground. This earth is where we get our stability from. And then we shift towards earth with the gaze, with the left hand. But once you're there, nothing wrong with playing with eyes to the side. Eyes all the way up towards right thumb. Play with a fun bind. Remember, we're not going to discredit yoga for joy, yoga for fun, yoga for just what feels good, what makes my body feel beautiful, what helps me feel beautiful in my body. And if that's forward fold, we can go there at any time. We'll meet in a feet together, feet hips width, forward fold. What feels good? Inhale, half lift. Breath out, fold in. Inhale, rise. Mountain pose. Gather the energy to the center, hands in prayer. And maybe this is where we stay, right? We just might need this feeling of both feet grounded. Samastitihi, equal standing pose. Balanced, stable, neutral. Or we can shift a little to the left. Tree pose, dancer's pose. A standing balance with the right leg lifted that brings joy to your body. Moving with wisdom doesn't always mean I gotta be gentle, right? Moving with wisdom means when want a challenge, when I recognize my body just would feel really good to sweat, to get tired, to move things around, when I need to shake something out and work something out and run something out and fight something out, I listen and I can move and I can do it. But I do it to bring myself to a place of greater freedom versus beating myself up, right? I do it not to punish. I do it to set myself free. So we listen, and we're continually checking in. We'll sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, squat down. Some of you are like, dang, I really want that last chaturanga. If you want it, you can take it. Just meet us here in Paschimottanasana, seated at the center of your mat. So the legs are long, knees can be bent. We'll sweep the arms up. And then from the hips, long forward folds. Drop the head. Breathe into the back of the heart. Perhaps still imagining this vibrant energetic channel just in front of your spine towards the back of your body. And all the energy that is now freely flowing, centered. We'll inhale, come back up. Scoot to the middle of your mat, bend knees, plant feet. Let's take right leg up to the sky and then make a figure four. Supine half pigeon. So if you're reaching through to work, to pull, to bring the thighs to your heart, to your chest, can we still let the shoulders rest back, the back of the head touch down, the sacrum touch down? Working with opposing forces, an option here, right? There's pushing and pulling, and then there's just doing nothing, releasing. There's also drawing left thigh in as we gently press right knee away. There's still an awareness of the length of the spine, the distance between the tail and the crown of the head. And then we'll leave the legs in this figure four or fully cross right over left and just let both knees move to the right, arms to a T, chin to the left. All right, so take any shape with the legs that feels good in your body. If you're keeping the figure four legs, the right ankle moves towards the outside of the left thigh, and you get this nice stretch up through the left hip. I'm feeling it right now around the left outer hip, low back. Sometimes feel it in the psoas a little more. Maybe left arm wants to go up overhead, extend that line. After all the action, we're intentionally balancing out here with a little more ease, a little more resting on our backs towards the earth, getting still. We'll come back to center. Take time to feel level in the hips, right? But level in the hips is relative because we just did a huge stretch on left side, so sensation can still be different, right? Right leg to the sky. Figure four. Hug in. Or don't. Hug in or don't. Listen to your body. Wait, did we just do this side? We just did this side. Switch. Switch, switch, switch. Maybe if you were listening to your body, really, we wouldn't have made the same mistake that I just did. Listen to your body always more than you listen to the teacher. right? Even the Buddha said that in so many words. Test it out on your own. Test it out on your own. We'll leave legs are fully crossed, left over right. And then the low body complex just shifts to the left, chin to the right. Adjust what needs to adjust to get the stretch, the opening, the spaciousness where you need it on this side. It could look different from side one. Right arm overhead is an option just to extend this stretch we're feeling. Outer right hip, around the right hip. And then we'll come back to center. And we'll get stable again through the hips, through the low back. Plant the feet. Knees are bent. Big toes are parallel to the front of your space. Feet are hips width. And I love closing with a heart opener, right? We've done all this work. We'll finish by opening the heart. A simple bridge pose. We could just flip the palms face up and then wiggle the shoulder blades under your heart for a little more support. If you want a bigger a bridge, a bigger pose, we can interlace the hands, come up onto the triceps a little more. I'm pressing through my feet to send my knees back, to send my heart forward towards my chin, and the chin and the back of the neck neutral, which could be hard if you have a ponytail, right? So adjust what you need to adjust. Take that time to take out your ponytail rather than cranking on your neck. We'll slowly lower down, and then with hips equally landing back on the earth, what do we need? Do we need to stay here? Butterfly the feet, open up the knees. Do you need another round of bridge? Does the body just feel so good? It wants to open more. It wants to go for wheel. What do we need? Whenever you're back here with me in Supta Baddha Konasana, reconnect to the breath. It just means becoming aware of the breath. And if they're not already, lengthen the breath out. Spend a little more time there so that the exhale breath is at least as long as the breath in. And maybe this is your Shavasana, or we just need a gentle squeeze, or we like to come through a happy baby first. Final bit of spine lengthening, hip opening. When we're ready to hug in, to close, to draw things to center, it could be a gentle, tight hug. Do we need to hard squeeze out all the last little bit of desire for action? And when you're ready to let go, let go. Shavasana. Limbs long. Let the shoulder blades be a little pillow for the back of the heart. And with the whole body neutral and resting, come back to your visualization. Feeling this freely flowing energy that is centered in the body. that's moving through the back body, a little closer to the spine. Activity in the side channels minimized or perhaps non-existent. As we rest here equally, equalized, equally in love with it all, in love with it all. And soak in that feeling of post-yoga bliss, equally in love with everything. Soak in that feeling for as long as you would like to. For the purposes of this video, we'll start to wiggle it out. Start to feel back into this newly created body. Bring the knees up to the chest. Please stay in the Shavasana longer, right? Just as long as it feels good. When you're ready, just take your time. Take even more time than I am to press back to your seat. Get upright. Get upright. Bring the hands to the heart as that reminder for connection. The sun channel energy, the ha, the ignorance related to hatred or anger or disliking or aversion. Coming towards center with this moon energy of the ta, right? The ignorant desire, the grasping, the attachment. All of it meeting each other at centered. Maybe that means that it's not gone, right? We're still human. We still have these feelings, but we love all that we notice equally. We give space for it to be present. We don't let it pull us side to side, and we learn to be. We learn to simply be content, just as we are. Everything perfect, even when it's not. So let's take what it is that we learned here today, or take just this feel-good post-yoga feeling and dedicate it to the wellness of all beings everywhere. Om Ahom. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today and for working through this yoga class in both body, breath, and mind. For more, visit us at bajasurfyoga.com.